This reading is for Antha, May 11, 2021. What does Antha need to know? We have the Hermit. Angels and spirit guides. Please guide Antha. What does she need to know? On this day in May, the 11th, 2021. This is a general reading for Antha. Hello. So we have the Hermit card. The message is to rest. There's also some grieving and sadness. Spending time to be quiet and go within. It seems like that's been a theme for the past year in 2020. We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about adventure. So it's almost as if using this quiet time to plan. What are your heart's desires? What adventures do you seek? And these are for yourself. These solo adventures. Let's see. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, that's beautiful. The Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying luxurious fruits of your labor. So the time you spend in planning and dreaming and visioning, focusing on what it is you desire, you will get to enjoy these beautiful, beautiful things. So look for beauty in your everyday life and create beauty everywhere you go. This is from the Enchanted Map Oracle cards by Colette, Baron-Reid. So we're just going to choose a card for you as guidance. So this is a special card for Antha. What is her advice, next steps? What wisdom does she need to know? We have a spark. For Antha, what advice is needing? Making a choice. For Antha, what advice and wisdom is needed at this time? Whew. Okay. We have two cards here. Oh, one says commitment. Number 36, commitment. It looks like love. Oh, and this is interesting. The Bone Collector. A lot of symbolism in this card. Oops, I don't even know if I'm showing it. Wow, that's beautiful. So I'd like to read from this book about the number 36, the commitment. Okay. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with Spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. It's beautiful. And now the Bone Collector. You are whole and have everything you need within, as the plane flies above. When the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you are fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we are wounded, especially when we are young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible with awareness. The wounds of the past will not define you. I love this. This is part of the wisdom for preparing for this future journey, this adventure, knowing that everything you have, everything you need is here now. And as you think it and believe it and know it, then it comes to be. In the Nine of Pentacles. So beautiful. And I'm going to choose a medicine card. This is from Jamie Sams. The medicine cards, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. A medicine card for Antha, please, an animal spirit guide to assist her in being clear about who she is and planning and preparing and dreaming and visioning the future, a beautiful life for herself, because she deserves it. Absolutely 100% deserves a beautiful, loving life, surrounded by beauty, peace, and joy. Always. We have the moose in reverse. Let's see who else shows up for you. We have the lizard in reverse. In this deck they call it the contrary position. Moose number 11 and lizard 36. I'm creating shadow here. Okay, so I'm going to read about the moose medicine. I'll read the whole thing, and then the contrary position or the reverse position. Moose is number 11. This is about self-esteem. Moose, help me to honor the gifts I can give and recognize my worthiness long as I live. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as is buffalo. North represents the place of wisdom. Self-esteem is the medicine of moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in a situation and that recognition or a pat on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness and his desire to share his seed with a moose cow are displays of his sense of self-esteem. The bellow of a male moose can be viewed as a positive force, since it represents his willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness which only comes with a sense of accomplishment. There is no greater joy than a job well done. This trait is therefore not a seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. The wisdom woven through this scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. Moose is telling us that joy should be shouted with pride. The wisdom in doing this shouting is that the joy is catching. In a sense, the bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do. Moose medicine people know what to say, when to say it, and to whom. The elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for the calmness they impart in council. If you are wise beyond your years and have a gift of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and grow. There are many facets to the wisdom of moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have reason to feel good about something you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit you have broken, a completion of some sort, an insight on a goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is a time of feeling harmonious pride and of recognizing those who aided you in the process. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down things that you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need encouragement as much as you do. Now the contrary position. If moose is upside down when you draw it, you are being reminded that ego can ruin your sense of accomplishment. Remember that others have the same potential you have, and do not become careless in your appreciation of their gifts. Reversed moose implies that in tooting your own horn, you have failed to be interested in others and have therefore forgotten that everyone teaches everyone else in some way. Contrary moose medicine may be asking you to grow quietly for a while, which would be the hermit wisdom as well. To calm your spirit and allow the strength and wisdom of silence to enter your heart. This is the core of moose medicine, knowing the wisdom of silence so that when it is proper to speak, you can take pride in your words. And the lizard, 36. Hello. I love how I was talking about moose medicine and 3 generations of men just walked by. It was a grandfather, father, and son. The lizard is dreaming. Again with this is the dreaming things in. The 3 of Wands. So I'll read the full medicine. Lizard, will you dream with me? Travel across the stars, beyond the place of time and space, where live visions from afar. There live visions from afar. Lizard sat lolling in the shadow of a big rock, shading himself from the desert sun. Snake crawled by, looking for some shade to coil up in and rest. Snake watched Lizard for a while as Lizard's eyeballs went side to side behind his enormous closed lids. Snake hissed to get Lizard's attention. Slowly, Lizard's dreaming eyes opened, and he saw Snake. "Snake, you scared me. What do you want?" Lizard cried. Snake spit his answer from his forked tongue. "Lizard, you are always getting the best shadow spots in the heat of the day. This is the only big rock for miles. Why don't you share your shade with me?" Lizard thought for a moment, then agreed. "Snake, you can share my shade spot, but you have to go to the other side of the rock, and you must promise not to interrupt me." Snake was getting annoyed. He hissed, "How could I bother you, Lizard? All you are doing is sleeping." Lizard smiled knowingly. "Oh, Snake, you are such a silly serpent. I am not sleeping. I am dreaming." Snake wanted to know the difference. So Lizard explained, "Dreaming is going into the future, Snake. I go to where future lives. You see, that is why I know you won't eat me today. I dreamed you, and I know you're full of mouse." Snake was taken aback. "Why, Lizard, you're exactly right. I wondered why you said you would share your rock." Lizard laughed to himself. "Snake," he said, "you are looking for shade, and I am looking for shadow. Shadow is where the dreams live." Lizard medicine is the shadow side of reality, where your dreams are reviewed before you decide to manifest them physically. Wow, I am loving this. I saw 2 lizards on the tree earlier by the river. Lizard could have created getting eaten by Snake if he had so desired. Lizard is the medicine of dreamers. Whether dreamers smoke you or dream you, dreamers can always help you see the shadow. This shadow can be your fears, your hopes, or the very thing you are resisting. It is always following you around like an obedient dog. If Lizard dreamed a space in your cards today, it may be time to look and see what is following along behind you. Is it your fears, your future trying to catch up to you? Or is it the part of you that wants to ignore your weaknesses and humanness? Lizard may be telling you to pay attention to your dreams and their symbols. Make a dream log and record all that you remember. Be sure to pay attention to each individual symbol or recurring pattern. If you do not remember your dreams, you could try setting a music alarm for 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Or you could try drinking a lot of water before bedtime and allow your bladder to wake you up. Dreams are very important. Pay attention to them. And the contrary position, reverse. If Lizard has turned up in the contrary position, you may be having a nightmare. This is a sign of inner conflict. Look to the nightmare for a clue to the nature of this conflict. What are the feelings your nightmare causes? Breathe through these feelings and let the sensations flow out of your body. See the truth in what your nightmare is suggesting. It could be the simple message that you are confronting your fears and therefore do not need to experience nightmarish events in your day-to-day life. Another message of Lizard reversed is that you may need more sleep or dream time. It could also imply that you have a lack of dreams for your future. Here are the dreams you're dreaming. Imagination is the door to all new ideas and creations. As you examine the dreaming process, you will find that the subconscious is processing all of the recorded messages it holds concerning the events you experience during the day. These messages can be suppressed feelings, bringing inner conflict, or they can be new ideas or goals, other dimensions of awareness, future events, warning signals, or desires and hopes. In one sense, Contrary Lizard is insisting that you look to your imagination for new experience. This is necessary when life becomes dull or full of boredom. On the other hand, Contrary Lizard may also apply to those who dream too much, refusing to use the dreams as tools to manifest that same vision in their lives. All levels of awareness are accessible through dreams. Remember, life is not always as it seems. Are you the dreamer, or are you the dreamed?